If I had to start from zero all over again with my YouTube channel in 2026, here's all the things I would do differently. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Katelyn DeWitt. I started my YouTube channel in 2020 during the pandemic because I've always had a passion for creating YouTube videos, and that's when I finally started to put myself out there. When the whole world shut down and I wasn't scared of going to school in person so people wouldn't make fun of me in my classes. But now looking at it, I wish I just started sooner and didn't care what people thought, and I feel like now almost everyone is looking to become an influencer or a content creator, and I want to give you all of my advice. So I hope this can help you because I didn't really know what I was doing when I first started. Even though I've pretty much been lifestyle from the start, my content has changed quite a bit. My editing style has been through so much. I've had videos get over millions of views, and I've also had videos completely flop. I also have so much experience with brand deals now. And then instead of giving you the same advice that a lot of people say of just being consistent, I want to give you actual good advice and tell you what actually matters if you're starting a YouTube channel in 2026, 2027, now, I guess. This video is going to be split up in like 10 different parts, so feel free to use the timestamps below to skip around into sections that you want to hear about. But part 1 is all about stop trying to have everything figured out. I hate to break it to you, but your first videos are going to be bad. You can't make yourself this perfect YouTuber right from the start. Some people have a natural talent of talking to the camera, but in my experience, I was really bad and awkward at talking to the camera. And it's one of those things that aren't going to get better until you actually just keep doing it. Because not a lot of people talk to the camera naturally. It's not something we learn to do from birth. When you first start posting, you're gonna learn a lot of different things, like how much footage you actually need for a YouTube video, also discovering like your personal editing style and what people like to see, what they don't like to see, and also figuring out your own niche and what you like to start posting about. And if I was going through this, I would give myself like a 3-month grace period, maybe like 10 uploads. I wouldn't start on a strategy or convince myself that my videos are doing bad or good, or even look at them until you're done with that grace period of just learning how to post. And one of my most controversial takes is to actually not niche down. Being in a niche helps you grow. I personally think niching down restricts you a lot. My channel's actually gone through so many different stages of my life. Even though I'm a lifestyle channel, I've done college content, high school content, room content, moving out of my parents' house. It keeps changing with every point in my life, and I feel like that's also why I'm able to make videos for so long. So instead of thinking it so harshly of I need to be a productivity YouTuber, think of it more like I make videos for girls in their late teens, early 20s trying to navigate and figure out their life. This new niche makes room for traveling, wellness, routines, productivity of course, but also post-grad life. And then the last thing we're going to be talking about is to not copy someone else's channel. It's definitely important to like study and see what you like watching on YouTube and who you take inspiration from, but if you're straight up copying someone's thumbnails, their own personal brand, and their editing style, then you're not offering anything new or unique to the internet, and you're never going to grow that way. I'm so sorry to break it to you, but you're never going to grow by copying someone else who's already doing something that's successful and working out for them. Once again, you can always take inspiration from a creator, from their editing style or the way they film. Put your own twist on it. It's very important to put your own twist on it, whether that's your own personality or something that's interesting from your own background that the other person doesn't have or can't relate to. That makes it your own vision and something that's only unique to you and special to you that no one can replicate. My suggestion would be to like make a vision board on your phone, maybe in your notes app or through a Pinterest board, certain fonts and titles and colors, and see what your own personal brand ends up being. All the equipment you need to start a YouTube channel. The number one thing I feel like I always keep on hearing is, oh, I want to start a YouTube channel, but I don't have the right camera, or I don't have this expensive, nice camera. You genuinely do not need a crazy expensive $1,000 camera to start making YouTube videos. You can literally start on your phone. When I first started filming YouTube videos, I filmed on this really old photography camera. It wasn't even a proper video camera. It was just an old camera that we had in our family. And then if anyone remembers, I then started filming on this Canon G7X. I bought this thing way before it was popular now for like the Instagram baddies. I got this camera for Christmas in 2021 after a year of posting YouTube videos, and it's lasted me through and through. She's falling apart as we speak. I still love her to death. I love her for my Instagram pictures now. And the camera I used to vlog on now is the Canon V1 Powershot. It's actually the upgraded version of this camera. It's just that this camera is much more for video. Canon also released this camera purely for content creators, so it's not that good at photos, but I was still okay with investing in this camera. I think it was like $900, but it has amazing video quality. It shoots in 4K. This one doesn't. It also has this beautiful wide angle lens, so you can get a lot more of your surroundings. You can also attach like an external mic, which I have right now. I use the Digi mini mic too. I just bought this mic, and let me know how you like it. But if you're not ready to invest in any type of camera, I highly suggest you start filming on your phone. I filmed so many vlogs on my phone as of recently, and honestly, sometimes I prefer filming on my phone than this camera because it's so discreet and public. I feel like this has such a natural setup as well. Prioritize good natural lighting. You don't need these crazy like photography lights. I do actually own this crazy light from Amazon to make your videos better, but I hardly use this. Even for TikToks and Reels, I hardly use this thing. I always try to prioritize windows, natural lighting. And then for editing, I started off by using iMovie, which is completely free. And then when I was maxed out with learning every single thing about this editing app and felt like it was restricting me, that's when I actually leveled up to Final Cut Pro X, which is what I use to edit all of my videos now. As for short form content like TikToks and Reels, I actually use the Instagram Edits app. This has been my new favorite, and I don't see many people talking about it because they're so obsessed with CapCut. And I like CapCut, but I feel like you can't get the most out of it unless you pay for the pro version. But I feel like there's nothing wrong with starting off with iMovie. It's completely free. And I have quite a few videos on my channel that have over millions of views that I edited completely on iMovie. And I have an entire YouTube tutorial on how I used iMovie at the time. I need to do one for Final Cut Pro actually. But if you want to watch this really old YouTube video of mine, I walk you through everything on how I was kind of getting around the restrictions that iMovie puts you in. Another thing I would highly recommend is a tripod. This is the tripod I use to vlog when I'm out in public because it's super small. It also extends here, so it goes a little bit taller, and then here are the legs. I bought this off of Amazon, super portable. You can put your camera on it. I also bought this attachment to put on here so I can actually put my phone on here as well for when I film TikToks. And then I have the Proline Dolicha tripod right here for my long form videos when I need a taller tripod and a much more heavy duty one. I don't use this one as much. I would highly suggest just investing in a smaller one at first. I'm gonna have all of this equipment linked down below on my Amazon storefront if you're interested in purchasing any of this. And then another thing you're gonna need are external drives, because when you're a YouTuber, especially if you're filming in 4K, your laptop is going to need some extra storage. Whenever I'm editing a YouTube video in Final Cut Pro on my laptop, I'm always working off of an external drive. I used to first just use these Lacy hard drives with 2 terabytes of storage. All of these are USB-C, by the way, and this is called a hard drive. But I've recently been into this one, which is called an SSD drive. This is also 2 terabytes. It's the Micron Crucial X9. These things use flash memory chips instead of moving parts, so when this is plugged into your laptop, it's very noisy. And you can hear things moving around in here, but with this thing, it's so much more portable. There's no crazy noises, and like, look how thin it is. It's so lightweight, it can fit in the back of my pocket. And now I can never go back because the editing on this is so much faster than this. But I'm still gonna recommend this because this is what I would always work on when I first started. These are much cheaper because the unfortunate thing with these is that they're very expensive. Maybe you're watching this and you've already been like posting on YouTube and you want to upgrade a little bit more. This would be the next step up from this, and I would highly recommend. And then to edit all of my YouTube videos, I edit them all on my MacBook Air. This is the MacBook Air 13-inch. And then one more thing I use that I don't realize that I use so much is actually my iPad. This is the iPad Air 5th generation, and it's a 10.9-inch. I use this thing when it comes to outlining videos, and then the main thing I use this for is to make my thumbnails. I make all of my thumbnails on my iPad. As of recently, I've been using Adobe Photoshop to make my thumbnails, and I know you have to pay for it, but what I used to do was actually use PixArt, which is completely free, and then I would use Fonto to put the font on my thumbnails. Those apps are completely free to make your thumbnails. I also briefly want to talk about this iPad case, which is from ESR, and I also want to say thank you, ESR, for sponsoring today's video. I'm holding their first ever detachable magnetic case. Look at how cool this is. The Bluetooth range is up to 10 meters. It's super lightweight, has 360 protection. On this keyboard here, it actually has a wider trackpad than their last case. So there's plenty of room if you're studying, working, or even playing games. And this magnetic triangular stand on the back, this 65 vertical mode here is good for watching something or typing with your keyboard. And then this 20 lower mode here is good for drawing or note-taking in class. I also want to talk about their ESR Geo Digital Pencil. This is a budget-friendly iPad pencil with Find My on it as well. So you can easily locate this through your Find My app and also put on the like alerts or sounds. You can also connect through Bluetooth here and make shortcut buttons. I love how smooth and precise it is with features like palm rejections and also a 1.5mm fine tip for detailed writing and drawing. Pencil is also only $32.99, which is significantly cheaper than the Apple one. They're actually doing a back to school sale right now, and you can get 10% off with the code on the screen right now. And I'll have the link to both of these products down below in the description and also on a pinned comment. Once again, thank you so much ESR for sponsoring today's video. I used to film an entire YouTube video and then think about the thumbnail after, but now I actually try to design the thumbnail first on my iPad before I even start filming, because the thumbnail is the most important part. And just like a video outline, I feel like creating your thumbnail first creates the story of what you want to tell in your video. That way your video isn't getting sidetracked and your viewer retention isn't going down. You're sticking to like the main thing of what you're asking for in your video thumbnail for when someone clicks on your video. Part 3, you should be focusing on building content pillars, not one specific niche. This kind of goes back to our conversation earlier about niches. You should be coming up with 3 to 5 content pillars. This is something that's a huge focus on 2026 and going forward with content creation. Pillars could be something like New York City lifestyle, travel and experiences, productivity and routines. All these different elements can actually overlap. Like for example, a travel vlog can also be a lifestyle vlog or food vlog. You should be able to describe your channel as to what your channel is about and what your viewers are going to actually get out of your content in just one sentence. And with building these content pillars, once you have them, you also want to create your own personal brand and branding. You should come up with some things that you can list down that you want viewers to associate with you. For example, this could be a certain font that you use in your titles and thumbnails, or also a color palette that you're always using. Make sure all your thumbnails are looking cohesive, like one big brand together. Your editing style is also another thing like this, where you use the same type of music or sound effects or intro style of your videos. This could also be things about your own personality, like phrases you say, or your own personal style on what you're wearing in your videos. Another huge thing about this is also series. I feel like series are such a new trend, and I'm actually trying to get into this because almost every single creator now has their own signature series, and it keeps people coming back for the same exact thing. And don't wait until your first upload to perfect this. Let it go by. The more and more you post, you'll fully develop into that personal brand of yourself. What actually makes people click on your videos? And before we start talking about the YouTube algorithm, I want to talk about things that you can actually do from when you post a video, because your video has 3 different jobs. Number 1, get someone interested in the idea. Number 2, get them to click on your video. And number 3, make them keep watching. If any one of these 3 things lack, then your video kind of struggles. And your titles are so important for when it comes to the algorithm responding positively to them. Instead of making a vlog just titled Productive Week in My Life, you need to add more story elements to them, because it's different when there's already like a multi-million follower like channel on YouTube, because then you already know what to expect out of their productive week in their life video. But if you're just starting out, no one knows you, and no offense, but no one's going to care about you unless you title it differently. Like for example, if it's post-grad, getting my life together after graduation / productive week in New York City. It gives people already so much more context. Like number 1, you're based in New York City. Number 2, you just graduated school. And there's nothing wrong with making vlogging content. You just have to make sure that there's a reason for people on why they want to actually watch your vlog. I always try to ask myself when I look at my titles or when I'm trying to create them, if no one's ever watched my channel before, why would they click on this video? And I also want you to keep this in mind when you're designing your thumbnails. Make sure the text is big enough to read. You want to have a clear subject in your thumbnail, like your face or something. It puts a face to the person that's posting the video. One thing you don't want to do though is explain the entire video in the thumbnail. You kind of want your thumbnail to ask that question, like what's next, kind of like intrigue people by getting them to click. Then they get their questions answered while watching your video. And if you're not answering the viewers' questions in your video, then you're just clickbaiting people, which is not going to turn out well for you either. One of my big tips when it comes to thumbnail design, because I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to design the perfect thumbnail because everyone's got their own different styles, but I would suggest shrinking it down or looking at it on your phone really small, like how it would in the YouTube app, and then decide if it's good or not. Because if it looks good on your blown up MacBook, it still might not look good if it's shrunken down on your phone. You want to make sure it looks good on all different types of devices. How would I approach the YouTube algorithm in 2026? Once again, this is not going to be like, if you do this, then this will happen, but it's all things that I've learned after 6 years of being a YouTuber. And number 1, the first 30 seconds of your video matter the most. Don't do some long, crazy montage. I mean, you can do a quick one, but don't make it take like more than 10 to 15 seconds. You want to give people context and a reason to continue watching your video. Also, skip all the, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing this, and then we're going to be doing that, because then it's also just wasting people's time. And I'm low-key kind of guilty of this. And I used to do this a lot more, but I'm trying a lot harder to move away from that because it's so embedded in my brain as someone who started in 2020. But I'm sorry, in 2026, we need to get straight to the point. You need to address a problem and then how you're going to fix it in the video. Like for example, you could start that reset vlog after graduation. You could start off that video by saying, I graduated 3 months ago. I'm feeling very lost, and in this this video, we're gonna be getting my life back together. See how that's already a little bit more interesting than the whole hey guys kind of speech? And there's also a story connected to it as well. And number 2, we're gonna really get into telling stories. There's nothing bigger than the whole storytelling concept, and I'm gonna emphasize that it's working out for people, because if you want to be a content creator in 2026, you have to master the craft of storytelling, because every video needs a beginning, middle, and an end. The beginning being the problem, the middle being the climax and kind of like what you're gonna do to fix it, and then the end being like what changed, what's different now, how is this successful or a failure. For example, my room is such a mess, we need a reset, here's how I feel afterward. And number 3, your personality is the number 1 secret sauce. In my opinion, I say leave in the mistakes, leave in those funny moments, leave in your thoughts, your frustrations, or even just your opinions on certain things. That's what makes the content you. It puts in that spice and flavor as to who you are as a person, instead of just watching some boring video with no freaking personality behind it. In a lot of my reset and morning routine videos where I'm looking rolled out of bed like horrible, no makeup on, and just like vlogging with my morning voice and pimple patches on, those are the moments I feel like where my viewers are the most closest to me and I actually have that relationship. Section 6, we're going to be talking about the short form and long form content and how it relates to community. You can use both short and long form content to grow very well on social media. This is a lot different from when I first started. When I first started, I just started uploading YouTube videos and one of them blew up, and that's how everything took off, and then that's why people started following me on my personal Instagram. Wasn't even posting Instagram Reels. Sorry, my camera died. But if I had to start all over again, I would be using my short form content for discovery, trying to get new people to watch my content. I would be using clips from my longer videos, making mini vlogs, doing certain trends, but that also fit my personality. There's also a feature on YouTube Shorts where you can tag a related video, so maybe make certain videos about that topic that are short form and then tag the longer video within the short, so that when people watch your short, then they click on that long form video and then continue to watch your channel that way. I would be asking myself, would these people who watch my short form content also want to watch my long form content? And then I'll be using long form to make a connection with my audience. These are the types of videos where people are getting very invested in your life and coming back on a weekly basis to be engaged. Also, when it comes to YouTube, do not underestimate the community tab. Like for example, the poll feature is so nice because you can ask people like what they want to see next, or I like to use it for questions for my Q&A videos. And you can also do this on Instagram stories. That way you're kind of utilizing all the different platforms, and then when you're posting on your Instagram story, then it makes those people that follow you on Instagram want to go to your YouTube channel and watching you that way. Or if people only watch you on YouTube and then see that you're posting your Instagram photos in your community tab, then they'll make them want to go follow you on Instagram, and it kind of just keeps the whole community going. It's good to have a main platform, but I would keep diversifying all of your platforms, because that's how you're also going to make more of a stable income. And if one platform decides to go down one day, then you still have other platforms open and other options open for you as well. The number 1 thing I want to talk about is how your audience and engagement rate is so much more important than your subscriber count. It goes like this on every other social media platform as well. Someone could have 100K followers on Instagram, but hardly breaking 1,000 likes for a post. Whereas some creator with 20K followers on Instagram is getting 2,000 to 3,000 likes on each post. Their engagement rate is higher, so brands are going to want to work with the person who has the higher engagement rate. It actually means that their community and audience is actually invested with what they're posting. And when you're first starting to post on social media, watching your subscriber count go from like 1K, 10K, 20K, vice versa, up to your first 100K, it can sometimes be like watching paint dry, because it's not going to happen overnight. And if you're also going into this with the mindset of wanting to become rich and famous and just hitting 1 million followers, click off of this video right now. Don't obsess over the subscriber count, because if you actually have a passion for creating videos, then it's not going to be an issue to you. When you get your first couple of thousand subscribers, I would look at the returning viewers, look at the comments, look at those recognizable usernames. I would also look for people watching multiple uploads, and if they're watching you on different channels as well, or different social media platforms. Now, if you're looking to get into brand deals, become a creator that brands actually want to work with, because any creator can make entertaining and fun videos, but not every creator is a brandable creator. They have that clear identity on who they are. They have trust with their viewers. They're also professional, and then also know how to integrate products within their content, because a lot of brands are actually working with smaller creators, so it really can be anyone that wants to work or get sent on a brand trip. You don't have to have 1 million followers to be sent on a brand trip or get sent PR. You can have under 1,000 followers and get sent PR. But make sure to integrate brands within your content, and you don't have to buy stuff to then integrate it in your content. Just start using the stuff you're already using. If you're making a skincare routine or a makeup routine, just start showcasing the brands that you're using in that type of stuff. When it comes to being professional, some advice that I wish I knew was to have a clear bio, like on Instagram or YouTube. Make sure your location is in bio, your partnership's email, it could be your personal email, but just have your email in your bio. Have your niche in your bio, even your age sometimes helps. Have all your social media links in one page. I have have mine on Linktree. You can also create a basic media kit. It doesn't take that much effort. You can make it on Canva, and you can use some of your content that you're already posting of you naturally incorporating brands in your content. It doesn't have to be sponsored content. That way you also have that on hand for when brands are starting to pitch out to you. And also, I know it's so tempting to start accepting every single brand deal when you start getting offered money to promote these products, but don't turn your channel into some one big walking ad, because then you're gonna lose trust with your viewers and they're gonna see you more of like a sellout. So I definitely prioritize that audience trust over one big fat paycheck, because at the end of the day, you're gonna make that money back another brand, but something you actually love and already are promoting, instead of just taking on that one deal where it's just a easy cash grab. As a creator, your income can come from many different things, like once again, YouTube AdSense, which are the ads that run on your YouTube videos, brand deals, also affiliate links. I would highly suggest getting an Amazon storefront. I also would suggest getting on ShopMy. That's where I link a lot of my outfits and makeup products. You can also monetize yourself on like the TikTok creator platform. You can also start marketing your own products one day at some point and expand your channel into more of a brand. I do have to say that YouTube does pay the best. I'm actually not in the TikTok creator fund. I heard it tanks their engagement, so I've actually been kind of hesitant to sign up for that. And then for Instagram Reels, you actually don't get paid on Instagram Reels. If you see sponsored Reels on my Instagram, I'm getting paid from the brand to make that video, but I don't make any money from Instagram Reels. I also don't make any money through my TikTok videos. It's all through brand deals on that platform. And as for my income, I probably make 65 or 70% of it through brand deals, and then 20% of it from YouTube AdSense, and then 10% from like affiliate links and like other random stuff, if you want to know the big breakdown. The last thing I want to talk about in this video is actually the mindset that will keep you doing this, and I touched on it earlier. Like, if you have this whole rich and famous mindset, it's not going to work out. But don't compare yourself at stage 1 with a creator who's already at like a stage 10, because at the end of the day, you will have creators that will get more brand deals, get sent on more brand trips, grow faster, hit 1 million views faster. And if you focus on all those other things, what other people have going for them, it's going to destroy all of your motivation to create. If you're also going to become an influencer or a content creator, you unfortunately do have to measure your success off of numbers. There'll be like a video that I spent hours and hours editing on that I'm so proud of. I personally love making travel content the most, but it does the worst on my channel. The videos actually flop, and it sometimes like breaks my heart. Last winter, I did a ski vlog in St. Moritz, Switzerland, and I loved how the video turned out. I had such cool footage from my GoPro, but it did so freaking bad on my channel, and like the views tanked on it. It was horrible. But then if I do a video of me cleaning my room, which that's not my favorite content to make, I'll video like 5 hours of me cleaning my room, and then that video will get like almost 100K views. So it is a little bit frustrating at times, but at the end of the day, you just have to try so hard not to look at the numbers and not let that impact you. Because if I stopped uploading every single time I got discouraged from a video flopping, then I wouldn't have the channel that I have today. And once you learn how to separate views from your own self-worth, it'll help so much, because a bad performing video doesn't necessarily mean it was actually a bad video. It might just have a poor thumbnail or a poor title, or the timing was wrong, like when you posted it, no one was interested. You can analyze it and take it as like constructive criticism. Like, since my ski vlog flopped, I can analyze it, maybe saying like, oh, well, it was posted 2 months after like everyone's already making ski content. It was posted late in the season. Maybe my thumbnail wasn't as good. And I can take that as criticism instead of looking at those views and thinking to myself, okay, I'm a bad YouTuber, like I should quit. Like, that's not the right mindset. Now for the last part, I'm going to tell you exactly what I would do starting right now if I was starting a YouTube channel on August 19th, 2026, and if I had 0 subscribers. Number 1, I would decide who you're making your videos for. Is it 18 to 24-year-olds? Is it older people? Or is it young teens? Number 2, pick at least 3 broad content pillars. It doesn't need to be set in stone now. Number 3, brainstorm 10 quick video ideas on what you could do. Number 4, choose the 5 ideas you'd personally click on first. Number 5, make that title and a rough thumbnail sketch before filming. Number 6 is to obviously film the video. And number 7, remember to focus heavily on those 30 seconds. Number 8, reply to every single early comment. Number 9, after 10 uploads, study what performed well and what flopped. Out of those 10 video ideas that you posted, what did well, what didn't? And number 10, make more of what worked really well out of those ideas instead of constantly reinventing yourself. At the end of the day, don't ask yourself if you're a bad or good YouTuber. Ask yourself whether you're getting better with every upload. Anyways, that is all of my advice for you today. If you've been saying you wanted to start a YouTube channel for a week or for months or even years, start now. Post that first video right now. Your first thumbnail isn't gonna matter. Your first channel banner or a bad title isn't isn't going to matter. Your vlog might be super awkward because you don't know how to talk to a camera, and your video might only get 30 views. But that's okay, and that's completely normal. Success doesn't happen overnight. You're gonna get good at doing YouTube by just posting on YouTube. And if you decide to start a YouTube channel after watching this video, comment down below what your first video idea is going to be. I'd love to know, and thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to, and if you like these types of videos, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That would really help me out. And if you watched all the way up to the end of this video, comment down below this secret emoji. Ooh, the sun is really coming through right now. Also, if you're a real one and you've been watching my channel for a while, you would probably be asking yourself right now, Katelyn, where the heck are you? And guys, I'm not gonna say anything right now. I'm gonna save it for my next video, but there are some crazy life updates happening on this channel, and you'll find out very, very soon. The updates will probably happen first on my Instagram at kkatelyndewitt_. Definitely go follow me over there. Also follow me on TikTok. I've been posting like every single day on there, which is kind of insane, but who knows? People say it helps to be posting every single day. So I want to get into the habit about posting a lot of short form content. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys all very, very soon. Bye.